Alam mo, tatlong journalism dito sa Pilipinas. Do not ever think that I am here to beautify a journalist. That's not my business. Now, in the matter of killings of journalists, it happens everywhere. Now, there are three kinds of journalists in this country. Those who are the crusaders, telling the truth, bearing it all before the public. And sometimes they hate big business, or those who cannot tolerate the truth being exposed to the public. To yung mga crusaders, and they do not accept money. What is very important to them is their profession and telling the truth to the whole world. Ito yun. Then there's a second class of journalists in this country. Yun yung mga mouthpiece ng vested interest. It could be mining, defending the miners. It could be anything. It could be something which is an agent for whatever, and those engaged in businesses or enterprises which need to be defended, and that's what they call the publicists and the PROs. The third is the low life of journalists. Ito yung nagbabiyahe, accepting money from illegal sources, exposing wetting, and in return keeping shut their mouth and receive money. And these are the guys whose greed is unlimited. So they are paid now, then they ask for more, and if there's nothing coming their way, they talk more, they destroy people and family, and they die. Yan ang tatlo. And I'm sure that all the senators, all the congressmen, all the governors and mayors and councilors of this country would find agreement in my statement. It's about time we bear each other. Huwag tayong magbulahan. Let us not deny each other the truth. Para wala ang problema kasi dito, when you ask a question to us sa mga politiko, it is as if the person killed is a saint. Just because he's a journalist, he's not supposed to be killed because he's a journalist. Huwag na tayo magbulahan dito. I'm saying this without excuses. No apologies, no nothing. You like to hear it? Fine. If you don't, so be it. That's the truth. Huwag tayong alam ninyo yan. They abound, the vultures, pretending to be journalists. Ang problema dito, every son of a bitch who claims to be a journalist makes money out of it, mulking money, extorting money from the people, and he is killed, and is glorified because he's journalist. Kung ganon, if that is the case, then urge everybody, yung walang trabaho, if you do not have any work, and you have graduated from college, be a journalist and make money to the hilt. Huwag tayo magbulahan dito. Yun talaga ang journalism sa Philippines. That is the truth. At ako lang ang kakapagsabi sa inyo. Oh, why do I care? It's the truth. You can ask any congressman now. You can ask any governor, any senator, and that's it. There's always a paid hack. It's not only in other professions. Police, do not ever think that you are in a field of purity. Tapos magsalita kayo din Islami for what? God. You must be joking. You must be joking. Huwag ninyo akong sasabihin ko sa dito sa Davao, kay mga Diyos, may gusto akong upakan. My son wanted to just buy plastics and pati anak ko hiningian pa ng mga ulol. They think that is something to do because you accept into your field journalist people who they could not even write straight sentence. Then they go there to their publishers, write anything, and the proofreader will correct it. And he goes around asking money. You want to see it? You visit me incognito. You join me in one when I go around. And I would point out, yan. Wala tayo magbulahan dito. Halos lahat tumingi. Anak nung. Ayaw ko lang magsalita. Lahat. I said, no apologies. You like it? Fine. You don't? What's your problem? I said, I am not here. I cannot protect all journalists all over the Philippines. Now, if you are belong to the first group, the ones that are really bona fide journalists, you run the risk, you expose something. Corruption and all. That's a risk. It's like soldiering. You join the army, there's always a chance that when you go out today for a patrol and you get an encounter and you're killed. In journalism, you speak the truth firmly, then you invite danger. Well, of course, we'd want to protect you. But I cannot assign to every journalist who's crusading, doing his thing, and in return being killed. Bakit at the end of the question, kami yung kontrabida? Ask, what is his category? And you would know. Just look at the paper and you would know. Huwag na natin pag-usapan yan. You read the newspaper and the things they write about their fellow human being. Minsan binababoy mo na. You forget in this country that there, in the revised penal code, there is the protection of life at hindi pa yan nawala just because there is a free speech, free assembly. That is on paper. That is not emotion of a human being. What is written there is not the emotion of the person. Honor. Honor. Especially if it is false. Kagaya nung ginawa nung last election kayong taga Davao. Makita ninyo yung basura, both in the network and the newspaper. See the garbage that Trillanes was pouring in and everybody, well, of course, it's money. We ask one, bakit ganon siya? And he answered, he's the executive, he's the top poncho. Negosyo kasi ito, yun. See? Putang inang kalukuhan. Is that the answer? Bakit naman sinubrahan ninyo? Alam mo, negosyo rin negosyo ito. So, you deal in a business that destroy the honor and the gano'n, about the, kaya ngayon, pag hiniya mo isang ang tao, tapos tanungin siya ng anak niya, tayo magnanakaw ka pala, papatayin ka talaga, sigurado yan. There will always be a reckoning one of these days. Because the Philippines until now considers honor and life on the same level. Huwag mo lang sabihin na, that's journalism, you suffer. Maghanap talaga yan ng... Kaya you go into an excess or you indulge in excesses, you'll get it. You will get it. And I am not encouraging people, ba lahat ng tao siraan mo, bababuyin mo. For example, sabihin mo, ay yung anak ni Duterte, si Sara, umalis ng Pilipinas kasi doon ng anak. O sabihin mo yung asawa niya, may dinadalang DI gabi-gabi. Ba ikaw, kung sabihin ko sa inyo, yung asawa mo nangaliwa, alam mo ba na wala ka na dito kaya sa probinsya? ginaganon ng asawa mo? How would you feel? Are you aware that your wife is committing adultery every time you are out of the town? Anong sabihin niya? How would you feel? No, sabihin nga, hindi mo ba alam ang asawa mo, puta na namumuta pag wala ka? Kayong nagsusulat, okay yan. Because you have the luxury of whatever you want to write, whatever garbage that you want, in the name of public service, in the name of truth. That's bullshit. You go to a bank, tapos maghingi ka, like what Pala did. He was extorting money everywhere. And he would say, do not deposit in that bank because it's losing money. It's about to close. So everybody was paying him. And there was this confrontation by the KBP. There was this discussion about his behavior. What did he do? He went to that meeting at the Apabio carrying an Armalite. So, he was a journalist. He was threatening the broadcasters. You, media from Davao, should tell the media outside ganon nangyari. And is that journalism? We're about to, in the group of KBP, kapisanan ng broadcasters sa Pilipinas, it's a self-regulating body. And there was this discussion that day about censoring him. He went there with an Armalite and with a group of goons and threatened to kill people. And you say that is a hero. Putang ina. Anong klase? Kaya pagka ganon, no apologies. Bullshit. You want it? Fine. If you do not accept it, so be it. And so, magprangkahan na tayo. It's better to tell the truth and agree on the truth rather than play bullshit with journalism. Alam, lahat istasyon ng TV. Pera-pera yan. Sagutin ka, negosyo lang ito eh. So you sacrifice the truth because pera-pera lang ang negosyo ng mga TV networks. Kung, when they do it and they would say, well, tao lang kami. We are all human beings. Pag kami dito, kasi demonyo lang yan sila. Dapat talaga ma-expose. And to tell you that you sacrifice human dignity and truth for money, all of you, may mga newspaper, may mga... It's about time, just like the priests in this country, just like the bishops and bullshit. Nothing is going right here. When they do it, it's good. When they ask, even aware of the separation of the church and state, you ask vehicles from the president and you get SUV. And when the excuse time comes and you say, it was for charity, a luxury car for charity, my dear bishops. Isa pa kayo mga putang ina. What a hypocrite society. When you fondle us when we were young, going into confession, holding our prick, and asking us what are our sins, and you keep fondling us while we are pouring out our sins, then you pretend to be the righteous institution in this country. At kung mag-atake kayo, church, journalism, politicians, police, all. There's a veil of hypocrisy. Let us unveil it, so that we can understand each other and live in a democracy that is run by truth and not by vested interest or people who pretend. It's the pretension dito eh. Tapos your advice, you know, Mayor Duterte, if you are really a victim of abuse and the rest of your class, why don't you file a case? You know, a stupid statement from, it happened when we were first years. That was in 1950s. To whom shall we file a case? Itong si Oka Cross, another idiotic bishop. Who do you suggest file a case? When will you file a case? That's acts of lasciviousness. It prescribes in about 5 years, 10 years. There's no more crime. What court shall hear it? The priest, he's in hell now. Long time ago, he died. How much did they pay the offended parties? 25 million. And you still insist on hypocrisy. Huwag kayong bumoto because Duterte has many wives. How about you? You have families.